we follow the boys in claret and blue. Hello, villains. Welcome back to Every Week We Follow, your go-to podcast for all things Aston Villa. I'm your host, Gary Bennett. First things first, happy Valentine's Day. Everyone, I'm wearing red for the occasion. Thought, we'd go all out. Might have to change later. Big shout out to my beautiful wife, Sarah. Happy Valentine's Day, sweetheart. Looking forward to some quality time later on. Wink, wink. Meal and stuff. We're going out. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, as you might actually see, I'm solo again. Unfortunately, James has failed a late fitness test and he's not going to be on today's show, but he is working hard behind the scenes and will hopefully be back for the next episode. Speedy recovery, James. Need you back, mate, because no one wants to listen to the fat, podgy, bald one. Speaking of injuries, I've made it, James. Just so you aware, look at this bad boy. I played football on Monday, and I'm just going to show you my foot. I'm going to get up on my bed. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to show it to the camera without falling off. Maybe I can fall over. Shoes up. Look at this bad boy. I don't know if you can see that. Multicoloured, purple foot. Absolutely swollen. Basically, you think I'd learn, but I can't run around against 20-year-olds anymore. I tend to get kicked. So there we go. Anyway, let's get on with it. That's that. So today we're diving into our upcoming Premier League fixture against Ipswich Town. 3 p.m. kickoff at Villa Park, Saturday the 15th of February 2025. Don't forget, like, subscribe, leave us your comments about what how you think this game's going to go. Totally intrigued to see. I'm excited. I think it's been a good positive week after the last week's result. Hopefully we can push on and get another victory. Massive week coming up. So first, let's have a look at this historical context between Villa and Ipswich. According to 11v11.com, we've played each other 62 times over the years. And the head-to-head record is Villa have secured 26 wins, 16 draws, and 20 losses. So pretty even over all those glory days when we used to play them, challenging for titles. Those were the days, hey, older folk. Obviously, the last one was on my wedding anniversary, which was 29th of September last year, 2024, where we drew 2-2 at Portman Road. Disappointing game that was, because obviously we went 2-1 up, but defence was, again, as this season has been, sloppy. And I know Diego Carlos has gone now, but wow, that second goal we conceded was shocking. So hopefully we can tighten up this weekend and get the result. Yeah, it's exciting, really. So that's the head-to-head. Focusing on the current season, obviously Villa are aiming to secure a European place, whether that be Champions League or Europa League or Europa Conference League even. We currently sit 8th, 3 points off 7th, 6 points off the Champions League places, so all to play for. And our home form has been impressive. I think it's fair to say we've got an unbeaten streak of 11 matches across all competitions at Villa Park. So, we've got to be the strong favourites, and the momentum has definitely bolstered with our recent FA Cup victory over Spurs, which can only lift the squad's confidence. The way we played in that second half in particular, for most of the game, but in particular when Rashford and Asensio came on, we looked the best I've seen. I think that's the consistency we have to try and find, that tempo of play, where we pinging it around like prime Barcelona and Real Madrid was sensational. So I really hope that's a sign of things to come. It's a massive week for us. 3 games in 7 days. 3 big games: Ipswich, Liverpool, and Chelsea. Can we win all 3? Let me know in the comments. It could. I know it's a big ask. It's a tough task, no doubt about that. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible. We did it last season when we beat Man City and Arsenal at home in a week. Obviously, we've got an extra game. But just imagine if we 9 points out of those 3 games, it would be season back on track, potentially back in the top 5. With the Champions League coming up, with a squad that looks like it's firing all cylinders in the attacking sense. It's exciting. It's a big ask, but 9 would be brilliant. 7 would be amazing. I'd take 4. We could end up with 0 and good nothing. And actually, our European challenge for the Champions League could be over. But I'm staying optimistic on this one. Anyway, so in terms of team news, obviously I've waited to do this time now. It's roughly about 2:30. I wanted to get the information for the press conference because obviously I hadn't heard diddly squat about updates to injuries. Now, obviously, just a little bit on the team, really. Obviously, we know Rashford's fit and he's on loan from Man United. He's been handed that special number 9 shirt from Duran. With Watkins just coming back from injury, could he potentially lead the line up front, make his debut? Possibly chance to net his first goal. We'll have to wait and see. And then on the injury front, just announced at the press conference. So Ollie and Tyrone have trained this week. Both are going to be in the squad. Whether they start or not, that would be amazing. There's more optimism about Ollie's return, I believe. Obviously, he missed the FA Cup Tottenham game due to injury, but reports suggest that he will be available for selection. And that could be a significant boost to our attacking options. There you go. Praise for Ollie. And we'll have to wait and see till probably Saturday till we know who's going to start. However, Villa are and will remain without Konza, Torres, Matty Cash, Anana, and Ross Barkley, all still out, but no update to length of time or anything like that from Unai in this press conference. So, but massive boost that Mings is back and hopefully in the squad. Will Disasi get a start? Either way, it would be nice to have 2 centre backs playing. So it could be Mings and Disasi. I'd like to see, and obviously Boubacar Kamara back in midfield. So we'll have to wait and see. So onto our opponents. Obviously, this was a tough game at Portman Road, and we cannot underestimate them because they are obviously in a massive relegation battle. They're languishing in 19th place with only 3 wins out of 24. So we are, without doubt, favourites to win this game. And if we play like we did against Spurs, we should walk this game. But football's not a given, is it? They've suffered 4 consecutive defeats, league defeats, but they recently beat Coventry in the FA Cup 4-1, which might just give them a slight boost, heading into this fixture. And, we know that relegation battles are game changers for teams. And actually, Ipswich haven't looked too bad this season. They've just been a little bit unlucky and a bit naive defensively. A bit like us, we've just managed to kind of win a few more games. So, given the contrasting forms of both teams, I think we've got to say again that we are favourites. I'm on my own on this one, so I haven't got James to bounce off for predictions, but I think I'm going to go 3-1. I still think we're going to concede. It's a problem, and until we get that back 4 consistent, I think we're going to still concede goals. Possible lineup for back 4 then would probably be Digne, Garcia, because he played really well against Spurs, and then the centre back pairing. I'd love to see Disasi and Mings, but it could well be Disasi and Kamara again. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, that kind of defensive route, it could cost us. Midfield will probably pick itself. I think we've got Tielemans, Asensio. Would love to see him might potentially start. That would be amazing. So before we wrap up, because it's only going to be a short one because I'm on my own, let's quickly touch on some key players to watch for this. So for Villa, it's Marcus Rashford. He's got to be eager to make an immediate impact. Hopefully he will start, in that 25-minute cameo against Spurs. Different player. Like, he looked like he was willing to run. I think if we can get that out of Rashford, it could really benefit us. So hopefully he'll come on. And then I'm just going to talk about the midfield. Obviously, Kamara always gets a shout out, but whether he plays there, I don't know. But Youri Tielemans and Marco Asensio, for me, that pairing could be sensational for us. I think they are two absolute ballers. Asensio impressed me so much when he came on. Obviously, I've seen him play for Real Madrid. He's got bags of experience, but not just the way he moved the ball, but his movement off the ball. As soon as he passed it, he's gone. He raised our level. He did. It was a sensational performance. So, like I say, those pair together could potentially unlock any defence. And I think with the attacking options of, well, give a shout out to Rodgers because it raised his game. He looked like he linked up with Asensio brilliantly. I think we're going to be a real threat, and Ipswich will be well aware of that. So I'm hopeful that we can get a result. 3-1 I'm going with. If you want to put your comments and your likes and dislikes about it and let us know your score predictions, that will be amazing. So yeah, like it's relatively short and sweet, only a 10-minute one, but there's not a lot to discuss. It's only one game. We'll have another show hopefully coming up with James back for Monday or Tuesday to do a preview of the Liverpool game on Wednesday. So watch out for that and like and subscribe. And just lastly, on a little bit of news, I'm buzzing about this actually. That new Villa store opening in New Street. Sorry, not in New Street. That's the old one. In the Bullring. After the New Street store closed in 2017, I think this is fantastic news. It's about time considering we've been back in the Premier League for a while. Obviously, it closed when we got relegated. I think it's another step in the right direction commercially. Although I'm not going to go into the frustrations of what is the website and app when it comes to purchasing tickets. I know that there'll be loads of disappointing. Like me, tried to get tickets for the Ozzy Osbourne Black Sabbath reunion gig, and just didn't get anywhere near it. It's just the app is a disgrace, and the website wasn't much better. No, it was just something we need to kind of really work on. But I guess that's just the nature of the beast. I'm picking at things now to have a moan about, and I shouldn't really. Anyway, that's all for today's preview. Remember to tune to the game on Saturday. I hope if you go in, enjoy it. If you're not, just make sure you get some sort of, watch the highlights, match of the day, whatever. And hopefully we can continue with a win with our impressive home form. So until next time, up the Villa, and every week we follow the boys in claret and blue. Peace out, peeps.